Like, dude, if I'm a cancer patient and my girlfriend makes me fight other dudes, fuck you. That's so inconsiderate.
And my girlfriend makes me fight other dudes. That's so fucking funny.
In the all black Cody turning into Morpheus.
Yeah.
Emo Cody.
No, I just had to I literally was at work, came home, and then I gotta go back to work after this.
Why?
Damn.
Because they're short staffed and I'm a nice employee and I want money and I'm gonna get to be high at work. So, that's cool too.
That sounds fun.
Dude, guys, you wanna hear something? I fucked my back up last night.
Doing what?
How did that happen?
I got drunk and went sledding at 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Did you go down a hill or something?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I got some fucking air, dude. My roommate said they heard me thud from the top of the hill. I couldn't move. I couldn't even get up for 10 minutes. I was just laying there.
That's hilarious.
They were like, "Are we gonna have to hide Cody's body?"
Shit. That's awesome.
So it just proves again that you're just immortal.
Yeah, it can't be stopped.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
You know who else can't be stopped?
Superman.
Yes.
All-Star Superman.
Yeah. What a fucking comic, man.
Yeah, I actually thought we were doing Mask of the Phantasm today, so I watched it, but it's all good. I did recently, a month ago, watch All-Star Superman.
Close enough.
And I've read the comic, and it's great. It written by Grant Morrison and drawn by Frank Quitely. Came out in 2005. Well, between 2005 and 2008 is when it was published.
Yeah, I didn't read it when it first came out, by the way. That's something I like. It was one of the first, when I really got into comics, it was a comic that got me further into comics. That, it's such a great Superman story, whether you've read any Superman story or every Superman story. It's just perfect.
Yeah, it's like a really quintessential Superman.
I think I read it when I got back into comics as an adult, and I'm pretty sure I read it on Jake's recommendation.
Nice.
Of course, dog. I only got the great taste.
I'm pretty sure you recommended it to me because I was like, man, Superman's some fucking.
Yeah, you were talking shit about Superman.
Yeah, I used to hate the boy in blue.
Did this make you like him?
Did it make me like him?
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, as I've grown, as I've gotten older and realized how nuanced the character is and stuff like that, I've grown to like him in general over many medias. But this is one of the first. This is when I was first opening up to the idea of him, and Jake's recommendation kind of. What a book to get into Superman with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's also a fatty of a book.
Yeah, 12 issues.
Yeah, fatty and baddie.
It's not part of the DCU canon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't follow
it's a
any real continuity.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it stays very true to Superman's continuity. It
That's
takes
true.
from some of the best Superman stories that you know of.
Yeah.
It includes everybody. Superman has a roster of supporting characters, and they all kind of get time to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how we talked about in Hush, or even Long Halloween in a way, but Hush especially, it's kind of going through Batman's history. And in this sense, it's going through Superman's history, Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, Bizarro, Krypton, Parasite, Fortress of Solitude, all this good stuff in the Superman lore that makes you appreciate him. It could come off as corny a lot of the time, but in this story, it's all one in one package, and it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I also love that they really lean into his alienness, especially when they go to Fortress of Solitude, and he has all those he has robot Supermans. You know, he has like a bunch of his alien weaponry and technology and gizmos. He has the classic key to the Fortress of Solitude, which is like tiny, but it weighs like gigatons, you know?
Yeah, because usually it's like a giant ass key.
Yeah, usually
like,
it's a giant key.
In this, it's so awesome. It's just like he's like, I crafted it out of like a dwarf star or something.
Yeah, this comic is cool because it kind of shows like that he's not just like super strong, but he's super intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah, like even like when he realizes like his powers are overloading, he's like, I also feel like I'm more creative and like I could think more about, you know, like that. I thought that was cool too.
Yeah, it was just, oh man, fucking Frank Quietly really just rocked the art, like really shown the art, like blew me away.
Yeah, the way Superman is drawn is like that's Superman.
Let's give a brief synopsis for those of the commies that don't know the story. Basically, Superman gets overexposure to the sun via a plan by Lex Luthor. Yeah. So he pretty much goes into the sun and pretty much gets the equivalent of like Superman's cancer. And
yeah, basically.
He has a limited amount of time left on his Earth. And with this limited amount of time, he wants to like kind of tie up loose ends. And he also gets like, you know, of course, bad guys come along the way. It's actually really cool. I didn't realize it's supposed to be like the 12 feats of Superman. And based off
like
of
the 12 labors of Hercules.
12 labors of Hercules, who's also in the book.
No, it was Atlas.
Atlas is in the book.
It's like Atlas and Samson.
Yeah, Atlas and Samson. So still biblical figures or mythological figures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that's cool too.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool too because Superman is basically Hercules. Like if you know, he has a lot of like, that's the cool thing like about this story too. Like it's getting into the character of Superman. Like it is really just about Superman, you know, it's not necessarily like each story is highlighting something in Superman's like mythology that like makes him like really different and like really special, you know?
Yeah. He's also just like a beefcake in this, like the way he's drawn, just like fucking huge.
Yeah, massive
man.
Jay Leno chin.
Yeah, Jay Leno chin, almost no neck really. He's just like,
yeah, exactly. But then when he's Clark Kent, like he looks a little different. Like the way he hunches over, like you wouldn't like the way he hides himself is cool. Like it makes sense the way it's drawn.
Yeah, you know, it's a cool book.
That's what I really liked about this book, where there are these really small, like if you watch the animated movie, like they highlight them a little more, but when you're reading it, the moments are smaller. Like he saves as Clark Kent, he bumps into this dude and he saves him from debris falling on him. Like he's still saving someone, but he can't do it as Superman because he's dressed as Clark Kent. So he kind of just bumps the dude, and then like that happens. Then there's another small moment where it's like the dude from the Daily Planet's fucking with him, and he burns his toupee. Like it's so small, but like his eyes are glowing red. I forget his name.
I know what you're talking about though. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Lombardi, Steve Lombardi. Yeah, there we go.
Lombard, right?
Lombard, something like that.
Yeah, because Steve Lombardi is the fucking used to be the managers of the LA Dodgers.
There you go. I don't know why
that's Vince Lombardi. Sorry, but Lombard. Yeah. No, it's cool. Classic, like people bullying Clark Kent.
Yeah, they like he really has to act like an idiot around everyone, and they're like, "Yeah, you're a piece of shit, Clark Kent, but hey, you know, we still have you around."
Yeah.
I truly believe, in my opinion, this is like, I'd say like definitely top 5, but maybe even like top 3 Grant Morrison books.
Yeah, I mean I mean I don't know where I'd rank it, but even in terms of Superman story, I put it like top. I think it might be my favorite Superman story because it just has everything. So it's a great way to get into Superman. It's a great story to read if you're a huge fan of Superman. It's just like it's like a love letter to Superman in a really cool way.
It really is. That's a great way to describe it.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, and it's cool. It does give more depth and nuance to a character who is often criticized for being like too powerful, that there's no real stakes when it comes to Superman stories. Like in this one, you pretty much find out he's dying right from the beginning.
Right. Yeah. But I was going to say on top of that, he's actually even stronger in this. Even though he is dying, he's stronger than he's ever been.
Yeah, exactly. His cells are just oversaturated with solar energy.
Yeah. And yet there's plenty of conflict in the book, you know, even though he's at his peak power level, there's still a lot going on that he has to deal with.
Yeah, and for any of our QAnon listeners out there, there's even lizard people in the comic book. So, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
If you believe when the asteroid came and wiped out the dinosaurs, that a select group of dinosaurs burrowed into the center of the earth and then evolved to try to eventually take over, this is the comic for you.
Yeah. This is the comic for you.
I thought it was cool though the way Superman deals with that. He like goes to the king. He's like, dude, your son is like fucking shit up on the surface. He's like, oh, sorry, like we're not trying to be like that. Superman's like, that's cool. I'm not trying to kill anyone. So like, you know, like Superman always in every story finds a way to deal with the problem, no matter how insurmountable it is, which is why I fucking love Superman. Like that's Superman.
Dude, I like when those two other the Kryptonian couple comes to Earth and tries to fuck with Superman, and they end up like pretty much dying, but Superman saves them by putting them in the Phantom Zone. Yeah,
because apparently like they pass through the same debris cloud that Krypton did, and that's what creates like radioactive kryptonite, and it's poisoning them. It's such a short story, but there's so much in there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, so many of the stories, like everything is just kind of like a beautiful little blip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all so well woven together, and there's so much that happens, and it doesn't give a lot of time to any of it, but it doesn't feel incomplete in any ways. You know what I mean? It just like Superman at the end of his life, it ties everything up really well, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you guys have a favorite issue throughout all of the 12?
Yeah, I think, because I watched the animated film more recently than I read it, I really like when he goes to see Lex Luthor in prison.
Yeah, and Parasite.
That's a great one.
Yeah, and Parasite can like when you see like the way he sees shit, and he looks at Clark and he just sees like he's just radiating like pure energy. And Parasite just keeps getting like bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
I really like that one.
Yeah, I like how Lex Luthor, like, you're thinking, like, why doesn't he realize, like, Parasite's growing with all this power? Like, but Lex Luthor thinks it's him that's causing it. Like, do you realize that? Like, he's, like, shooting him with bullets, and it's like, oh, like, Clark's like, oh, it must be the kinetic energy off of that. And Lex Luthor's like, yeah, but, like, he's standing up to Parasite, and he even beats the shit out of Parasite when it's all said and done.
Yeah, he does.
But I thought it was interesting that, like, Lex Luthor, like, he's always so oblivious to the fact that Clark Kent is Superman. Like, even, you know, by the end of it, he doesn't realize it.
It's because while I don't necessarily think Lex is a complete monster, don't get me wrong, he's done some fucked up shit and stuff, but that man be having some ego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's almost like not even a matter of him being, like, blind or oblivious to shit. It's that he's just so cocky and so egotistical that he doesn't think about anyone but himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's he's a straight up megalomaniac.
Yeah, exactly.
I really did like how at the end of it all, like when he does have Superman's powers, like he starts to see the world the way Superman does, and it's basically like Lex Luthor like ego dissolving. It's like he like took like DMT
ego
right there
death.
or something.
Ego death.
Yeah, he took like Kryptonian DMT basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a cool part.
And he like ends up crying and stuff.
Yeah, because he's crying because it's so beautiful. He's like, wow, this is how he sees everything. And it's like almost looking at the Matrix pretty much.
Right, because we know as much as Lex Luthor hates Superman and saying all this shit, like he's so envious of him. Like he wants that power. He just doesn't have it and will never have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For sure.
Lex Luthor's such a good foil to Superman, and I love how Superman is still at the end of the day like, come on, like if only like we work together, we could do some great things. And Lex Luthor like spits in his face. Like, fuck.
Dude, I would bitch slap Lex Luthor if he spat in my face.
Dude, but the thing is, if Superman wanted to, he could end Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's why none of us could be Superman, because if he spat in my face, I just laser him out right then.
Yep, some Homelander shit.
I would be a very corrupt motherfucker if I had Superman powers.
Yeah, we know you would, Jay, with all of your if I were ruling the world rhetoric.
Well,
I'd be efficient, he says.
I would be efficient. There'd be no more world hunger because there'd be nobody alive to be hungry. See, look, modern problems require modern solutions.
Yeah. Well, make sure to never give Jake Superman powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you spare us, whatever.
That's pretty, guys.
Who were some of your favorite foils? I mean, we've talked about Lex, but what of the smaller or weirder foils for Superman did you like in these books?
I mean, I do like the Samson and Atlas story where they're arm wrestling and just.
Yeah, that was actually my favorite issue.
Kind of being a little skank in that issue.
Lois, hey man, Lois knows she's a baddie. Don't hate on her for being like, dude, you're just now talking about how fucked up you'd be if you had Superman powers. Superman's giving Lois his powers. Of course she's going to be like, oh yeah, I am a bad bitch.
Yeah, but she's like making Superman vie for her attention by like, dude, if I'm a cancer patient and my girlfriend makes me fight other dudes, fuck you. That's so inconsiderate.
And my girlfriend makes me fight other dudes. So
she doesn't know that though at that point. That Superman's sick, the way I saw it was that it's her birthday. She's just having some fun, and like she knows at the end of the day, Superman's always gonna win. Like so, it doesn't it's just teasing. Like she knows Superman's gonna be better than these dudes every day of the week.
Yeah,
we know that. They know that.
Lois knows she's a bad bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Because even then, at the end of that issue, like Samson and Atlas are like, well, not the very end, but like right before, like that dude, the Ultra Sphinx comes in, and you realize they only really came here because they couldn't deal with that dude. Like they knew they'd get some help from Superman.
They needed Superman's help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. And he answers the Sphinx's riddles.
Yeah. Which is just the advertisement on the back of the newspaper that Samson brings with him.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's like, again, the comic has all these very small details. So like you see the newspaper that says Superman is dead, and in the very last panel of that issue, you see the front of that newspaper, but it says by Clark Kent. So like it's a swerve, but then there's like another page of the newspaper, and it says what happens when the immovable force meets the I forget the thing. What happens when the unstoppable object meets the immovable force? Mm-hmm. And it says surrender to. It's like a car advertisement, so it's like a car company name.
Oh, okay.
So in the cartoon movie, Superman sees that, like it's more visible, and he remembers it. But in the comic, it's not like as explicit. He's just like, huh. He's like, they surrender, and it's like acceptable.
Yeah.
I just love that moment, and I love like that issue is so cool. I just like the dynamic of Lois and Clark. Like it gets their relationship perfectly. It was just such a cool, and they call it episodes. So I like that they call it like it's not like chapters or issues. It's like episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, honestly, it really was perfect. That relationship, it's so sweet. God damn it, it's sweet.
Wholesome fun.
Yeah. And at the same time, Lois is a baddie.
Yeah, and like she knows it, and Superman knows it. That's why she's like, why of all people? Like, and he always is just like, he's in love. Like he doesn't really say.
Jake, for real, if Lois Lane was like, yo, Cody, go arm wrestle this dude for my birthday, I'd be like, fuck yeah, queen, you got it.
That's true. Lois Lane is a woman who knows her worth and doesn't just settle for any man's attention, not even Superman's. She makes him work for that shit.
Yeah.
She doesn't even believe that he's Clark Kent when he admits it. She's like, nah, are you sure?
She thinks Clark is such a cuck. She can't believe Clark Kent does not have big dick energy, whereas Superman does.
Yeah,
this is true.
And Lois Lane ain't settling for no little dick.
Ain't never.
Never.
Dude, I love the Jimmy Olsen issue.
Yes, when he turns into Doomsday.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That's one they leave out of the
They
movie.
leave out of the
actually.
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
What happens in that one?
So you know how there's that character Dr. Quintum,
Yeah.
and he's this dude that's like Superman's scientist friend he's kind of like Willy Wonka in a weird way. Like he has like a rainbow coat and like
he looks like he's stays on acid.
all the time. Like he has like an asthma inhaler that's just LSD. He's just like,
oh shit, that is insane.
Probably. No, I just made that up, but it seems like something he would have. Like they have all this crazy tech, but one of the crazy things they have is like they could go into like this deeper dimension, and whatever's happening is like the under something, and they find black kryptonite or something like that, right? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And the black kryptonite basically makes Superman evil.
Oh.
But the more evil he does, the weaker he gets.
That's cool.
And the only way he can be stopped is they have like an experimental like Doomsday project, and Jimmy Olsen injects it and turns into Doomsday to fight Superman, so he stops evil Superman.
Jimmy Olsen's always getting into shenanigans.
Yep.
Yeah, that boy be loving shenanigans.
Yeah. But he's awesome. He's Superman's best friend, Clark Kent's best friend. Like, he's a cool dude. Like, I like Jimmy Olsen. Like, I feel like he needs to get more.
You would play a good Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Of the three of us, you're infinitely the most Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll be Jimmy Olsen.
Hard Jimmy Olsen vibes.
Yeah, dude. You're hearing us, Warner Brothers, cast Anthony as Jimmy Olsen.
Who would you cast Cody as in the Superman universe?
I know what you're gonna fucking say, Jake.
What?
Yeah, what is he gonna say?
What was I gonna say?
I just want to hear you guys go.
I actually didn't have a thing, but now that I'm thinking about it, I would say Bizarro.
God damn it! That's what I knew you were gonna say.
Yeah, Cody would be Bizarro.
You'd be a good Bizarro.
Yeah.
I mean, you're both fucking, retarded. So. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hell yeah. I hate you, dude.
All right, who would you cast me as in a Superman movie?
I feel like Jake could be Lex Luthor.
If I went bald?
Or, oh my God, what you do?
Oh, shit.
Here, bro.
You could shave your head for the role, Jake.
I would shave my head for it. I would play Lex Luthor.
Damn.
I know, right? I heard the claws rip out.
Dude, he was holding on for dear life.
Saw that.
Yeah, I guess I would be fucking Bizarro.
I would either cast you as Bizarro or like Parasite.
Yeah. I could see either of you guys as Parasite for some reason.
I don't want to be Parasite.
That makes sense. I was gonna say cast Jake, just dye his hair gray and cast him as that like tiny future Superman.
Like the Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Mr. McSpidlick?
Yeah.
I'll be Mr.
Is that him or is he Superman? Because weren't they all like Supermans from a different year?
Yeah, it's like someone from that dimension bangs purple Superman, they say, and then that created that version of Superman.
I'd rather be Mr. McSpidlick. The nth dimensional imp.
Yeah, you could be.
Was he in that?
No, but I just like him as a Superman character.
Oh.
But that was the closest we got. That's something else the animated movie leaves out. They leave out that issue as well.
Yeah.
Where the future Supermen come and they have to basically save Smallville from the time monster thing.
Yeah.
The time monster.
Yeah, I forgot that one wasn't. See, I watched the animated thing, but I haven't watched that in years. But I just recently read the comic.
Yeah, whatever the animated movie leaves in from the comic is almost like panel for panel the same, but it doesn't have everything from the comic.
Yeah.
Facts.
So it's still a great movie, but it leaves out that the future Superman story is cool because there's this bandaged Superman who we later find out is actually just Clark from the future.
Or Clark's descendants, right?
No, he's the bandaged Superman.
Huh?
There's a Superman with all wrapped up in bandages.
Yeah.
He almost looks like a mummy. And actually earlier in the comic, Lois Lane is talking to him in the future and he's like, "Who is J-Lo?" And she's like, "What? Why is that what he's asking?" What the fuck?
J-Lo is the key to saving the future.
Yeah, apparently.
That would be.
But it's even funnier when it turns out that's Clark Kent in the future. What the fuck? Why was he asking about J-Lo?
Ooh, I would cast J-Lo as
Lois Lane. Yeah, that would be great.
Younger J-Lo especially.
Dude, J-Lo still's a baddie right now.
I know, but
J. Lois Lane.
J-Lo
But this
is
issue, even though it's a standalone, it doesn't feel. It feels like Superman has a youthfulness about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's so childlike. Yeah,
he is very childlike. Yeah,
but like not
almost like in like a wonder way, like just kind of like in awe of everything and in love with everything.
Yeah, like he sees the good in everything, and it almost could seem naive. Like, no, how the fuck are you gonna do that? Like, it's not possible. Like take the L, and he's like, no, like I'll find a way. Like
he's just an optimistic man in an otherwise cynical world.
Yep,
dude, always a beacon of hope.
Yes. And, to some that could be corny, but like maybe sometimes Superman is corny. Like, I'm not going to say he's not, but not in this story. Like it does. There's no point where I'm like, oh, that's corny. It's just always like, yeah, Superman he's like such a hero. Like,
yeah, it's literally just like beautiful storytelling in the vein of Superman. If you go into it expect being like, oh, Superman's like hearing Anthony say Superman's not corny, and you go in expecting like a badass. It's not like a badass comic as much as it's like a beautiful comic. You know what I mean? Like it really dives into the character development and showcases, like Anthony said, the entire Superman like cut of the DC universe.
Yeah. You get a lot of bang for your buck if you're looking for like the Superman story to read. It's this one.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to like what you said about Long Halloween and whatnot, this is almost like the quintessential, or it's definitely a quintessential Superman story.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would almost argue that like as far as Superman and Superman universe in particular, it might be my favorite Superman story.
Oh,
yeah, same. I think I would agree.
Yeah,
there's some great Superman stories, but this is the greatest to me.
And man, that art, I'm circling back around to it, dude. Frank fucking kills it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Frankie boy.
Frankie Q.
Frankie Q, yeah, I was going to say Frankie Q.
Frankie Q-Anon.
Oh, God, it started with him.
Oh, shit, yeah, maybe he started the reptilian rumors.
Shit. It all started there.
Damn it, Frank Quitely.
Dude, we solved it.
We solved it. We know who Q is now.
Yeah.
And it's Frank Quitely. We should totally tag him and then put hashtag QAnon.
I don't think you would be grateful for that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know his politics. He might actually be into that.
We could expose him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think I know he's like a reclusive dude. Ain't he?
Is he? I know. I thought Grant Morrison's a reclusive dude.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
I don't think Grant Morrison's reclusive necessarily, but I don't know. I don't know what they do. Like Grant Morrison has a very eclectic life, like they apparently practice magic.
Grant Morrison does?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What do you mean?
That makes me like him so much more.
Like they cast spells and shit.
How? Like Grant Morrison practices magic?
Yeah.
You ever see what he looks like? He looks like Lex Luthor.
Yeah, bald,
wears suits.
Always in a suit, yeah, or just like plain, very plain. Like I feel like Grant Morrison could be wearing something Cody's wearing right now. Cody's Grant Morrison confirmed.
Cody is Grant Morrison.
Yeah, this is a wig.
Cody Morrison Feige confirmed.
Oh shit. Dude, Tony Morrison Feige.
What a sick combo.
Combines two of the best creators of all time. You guys even know who Tony Morrison is? I feel like I'm talking to
Yes, I know who Tony Morrison is. Cody doesn't.
Cody doesn't.
No.
Oh, really? She's a famous author.
Yeah, Cody. Have you ever heard of literature?
Yeah.
What books, bro?
I don't know. I don't really care, honestly.
Dude, I'm not thrilled about the fact that I got to go back to work.
Well,
I'm trying to think of any other issues. Well, what about the Bizarro issue? He meets the Superman of the Bizarro world called Zabaro.
Yeah, Zabaro.
Like he's like the 1 in 5 billion Bizarro who doesn't like speak backwards or like, you know, opposite or anything like that. Like he's like, I'm stuck on this world. Like I need to get off. Like no one understands me.
It's so funny that like, because like Bizarro's origins kind of change throughout the DC like continuity.
Right.
He's either sometimes like it's like an alternate version of Superman where like it's a cubed planet and everything's opposite there, or he's a failed clone of Superman,
right?
Who goes off and starts his own Bizarro planet or whatever.
Right. In this one, it seems like we kind of get both.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a fusion of the two versions of Bizarro. I love Bizarro. Yeah. In fact, check this out, bros. Bizarro.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
You know.
One of the coolest series in Rebirth, they did Red Hood and the Outlaws, and on Red Hood's team.
This is Outlaw Bizarro.
Oh, nice. And that Bizarro actually becomes smart. It's so cool.
Really?
Yeah,
I like it. Intelligently and everything?
Yeah, like, but at first he's not. Like, in that, he's just awesome on their team. Like, he's just like, you know, he's almost like Hulk, where Hulk is like not too smart, and like he's on your team and just wrecking shit. Like, that's how he is on their squad. Like, that's a Bizarro. Like, I want to see Bizarro in live action. Like, not like a
I would love to see that.
Gritty Bizarro.
I've always wanted to see a Bizarro like in a movie.
I feel like people don't tackle him because a lot of times, like, unless you're into the comics, they don't take it. Bizarro is a hard character to take seriously.
That's what I mean. Like, you shouldn't take him seriously. Like, it should be like come off as a joke, but like he's still like a threat.
Yeah.
Well, like for that awful Batman vs Superman, I would have honestly rather him make Bizarro than Doomsday.
Yeah, like the Snyder version of Bizarro would have kind of made more sense in that context. Yeah,
making what really looked like the troll from Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
He looks exactly like the troll from the first movie.
Oh, Zod becoming Doomsday made no sense.
Yeah, with fusing with Lex Luthor's Jesse Eisenberg's blood or some shit. Like that was Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. It was so dumb. Ugh.
Interestingly enough, there's a part in this comic where it's the exact lines from, I guess, Man of Steel used the lines from this comic where when there's an issue where Superman's talking to Jor-El and he says the exact thing he does in Man of Steel, like, you need to be an inspiration for these people, all this stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought that was cool. And like, once again, made me scratch my head. Like, why was Man of Steel so accurate sometimes for the comics, and then other times they were just like, nah, we're gonna ignore.
We're gonna let him kill Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Dude, wouldn't you kill Kevin Costner given the opportunity?
No, I don't have beef with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, what's your beef with Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner is awesome. What are you talking about?
I actually like Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
I just saying that, like, he's clearly not actually dying. But if I had a chance to momentarily kill Kevin Costner.
What?
That'd be cool.
I don't know if that would be cool.
Why would you momentarily? Yeah, no, that would be cool to momentarily kill Kevin Costner. Dude, we don't talk ill of Kevin Costner in this house.
Yeah, no, not on this podcast.
Yeah. So you guys like The Postman?
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh man,
is that like a post-apocalyptic? I can't forget it.
That's the one.
Post-apocalyptic movie.
Yes.
What is it? He's a mailman?
Huh?
Is he a mailman in it? He delivers mail?
So basically, like, there's been nuclear war. The world's insane.
Nice.
People are like, kind of like tribes are being formed. And there's this one dude that's like leading an empire. And Kevin Costner's fleeing them and takes refuge inside a postal truck. And then he finds all these letters and he's like, fuck it, I have no purpose in life. I'm running for my life constantly. And he starts delivering these letters.
Really? What? I've never heard of this.
And then dude, it's honestly so fucking cool.
Really?
And then he starts getting, like, people are like, so he starts like mailing new letters because people are excited about this. He makes up this story about there being a second United States government. Now they're throwing together, you know what I mean? They're making plans and stuff. And he ends up going town to town, and so many people believe in the cause that like they start standing up for themselves against like that Empire tribe type ish.
Nice.
And dude, it's sick. It's a really cool, like inspiring movie.
Dude, the only post-apocalyptic Kevin Costner movie I acknowledge is Waterworld.
Dude, yeah. Well, Waterworld has Dennis Hopper, which is pretty incredible.
D-Hops, my dude.
Yeah, like the first half of your description for this movie sounded like Waterworld, to be honest.
I think they came out around the same time also.
Of course.
Nice.
And then the villain in The Postman is, what's his name? He's the assistant coach in
Vince Lombardi.
In Remember the Titans.
Yes, and Remember the Titans.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. That actor who's also in Armageddon.
Yes, and in Halloween reboot.
I didn't see the Halloween reboot.
Well,
but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, he killed as the villain. He did such a great job.
The guy's a cool actor. He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
I wish I knew who you guys were talking about.
I don't know his name.
Have you seen any of the movies we mentioned at all?
Yes, but I don't know who you're talking about. What in Armageddon? Who do they play?
He plays one of the drill people. Yeah.
He's like Bruce Willis's best friend.
Yeah, it's like his number 2 boy.
Gotcha. I don't remember.
He's got like squinty eyes, and he has kind of a soft, like.
Dude, I'm gonna show my kid Armageddon and be like, this actually happened. This is this is the crew that saved our world.
Yeah. You owe Bruce Willis your life.
Yeah.
Dude, there's one of the best lines in Armageddon is when like Steve Buscemi's character starts to go crazy. And the dude's like, he has space dementia. Just like, I don't even have to look it up to know that's not a real thing.
Dude, Armageddon's a classic.
I love that movie, honestly. I will literally watch it if it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stand by Armageddon. Is it a like high caliber movie? Like, it's ridiculous, but it's so good.
It's fucking good. And also, dude, it's like back when Michael Bay was pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Michael Bay's new movie looks insane. You know, did you see the preview for his newest movie, Michael Bay?
No.
It's with Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's called Ambulance.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I was like, oh, really? Come on.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
Yeah, I thought I was getting like trolled somehow, like at the Spider-Man No Way Home when I went to see it in theaters, because there was right after that there was a trailer for a movie and it was just like dog. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like, it's just ambulance and dog. Like you just ran out of names. Like that's it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening? What is this? What is this? What is this movie conspiracy? I'm on to you guys. Come up with names for your movies. You can't just say dog. There's a dog in it. Call it dog.
I know. No. What about Mud?
Mud was a banger.
Mud is a good movie.
Mud has like it sounds more like a movie than Dog. Like Dog is just
Mud is kind of subtle and abstract. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Cody gets it.
What about Her?
No, see, yeah, also cool. Okay, Dog. No, it has to be a horror movie. I think if you're calling it Dog.
Dog is too on the nose.
It's got to be A24 made Dog.
Dude, they should remake Cujo.
A24 presents Cujo.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
I would watch that.
I used to love Cujo, honestly.
Yeah.
Ooh, who would win in a fight, Cujo or Krypto the Superdog?
Oh, shit. Dude, what if you gave Cujo, like...
The 24-hour...
Yeah, the 24-hour like, Kryptonian serum.
Oh, if that's what's happening, I say Cujo, man.
Yeah, Cujo has the serum. He wins all the way.
Yeah, dude. And then Superman finds Krypto's corpse and fucking loses it.
Yeah!
That's the birth of our universe's evil Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, dude.
So then Superman versus Cujo with Superman powers.
Oh, fuck. This is like Celebrity Deathmatch, but... Which also used to be a great show, too.
Yeah, I used to watch that shit all the time.
Hell yeah, that show was dope as fuck.
Stone Cold was like a recurring character on that show.
He was a recurring character.
Dude, that show was so good. It was ahead of its time.
It's back when MTV was actually like a good channel to watch.
Yeah,
MTV used to be cool as fuck.
Used to be super cool. Beavis and Butthead, Daria.
Yeah.
But
now we got nothing.
yeah, I don't even know like what they do now because they damn sure don't play music.
I don't know, man. Know what I liked in All-Star Superman 2? There was that Solaris, the tyrant son. That guy was just so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he poisoned our son.
Yep. He poisoned our son.
That was cool that Superman used the Sun Eater, which was like his little was like his little pet.
He's like Pokemon him.
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, Sun Eater, I choose you.
I thought it was also cool that like Superman's basically like, oh, in the future they say you rehabilitated and you helped us, so your rehabilitation starts now instead of like killing him or anything. Like again, doing the most Superman thing you could possibly do, and this dude who was just about to end all life on Earth, he's like, nah, we're gonna get you fixed and you're gonna help us. Like that's fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, it's cool that how it ends. Like he like dies, but he's like Loki's still alive in the sun and like making it like. Building like solar machinery to keep the sun going. Yeah,
instead of like dying, we're basically supposed to assume he became like pure light.
He became like pure solar energy.
Yeah, he went like Cody said, like the sun was poisoned, so he goes to the center of the sun to presumably fix that, and he's going to come back one day because we know there was like future Superman. There was even Superman Prime, who was like this literally a golden god. Like dude was just like Superman all in gold.
I love Superman Prime.
No, it was different Superman Prime. Sorry. Like his name was like Prime Superman, but he wasn't like Superboy Prime.
Because I like dude, Superboy Prime in Blackest Night is one of the baddest motherfuckers.
Yeah, he is a sick villain.
He is a sick villain. I love him, honestly. I remember when I first read Blackest Night, which is actually really sick. We should totally do an episode on it.
Blackest Night, I'd be down for that.
I love Blackest Night. Easily honestly, one of the strongest Green Lantern runs.
I've never read any Green Lantern comics.
Dude, it's time for you to broaden your horizons, my dude.
Yeah, man.
That's not true. I have read a couple, but I haven't read like the quintessential ones. You know what I mean? I read a couple, but I haven't read the quintessential ones.
Well, you got to read. You got to read when Hal Jordan just goes crazy and becomes Parallax.
He goes Parallax, kills everyone.
Yeah.
But then he also rebuilds the sun and dies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I just like Blackest Night. I remember reading it when it came out and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, it's just basically like a zombie invasion.
Yeah, with
the
Black
formerly
Lanterns.
Dead heroes and villains are coming back.
Necron.
Yeah.
A lot of cool shit happens in Blackest Night.
Yeah.
And yeah, Superboy Prime fucks shit up.
I also thought it was cool at the end of All-Star Superman, he literally becomes like a star. He's the sun now.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
All right, so how many Joe Pesci's are we giving All-Star Superman?
I'm giving All-Star Superman 6 Joe Pesci's, honestly. I think it's a great comic.
6 easily for me, same. And go buy it. I say buy this comic. This is a comic you need to buy.
Yeah, this is a must-have for comic book fans. And today we got the number of the beast again, baby.
666. Yeah, no, it's also Superman. Great Superman comic. Easily one of DC's strongest comics.
Yeah, easily the most recommendable comic. You know, one of the first I'll ever recommend if you say, "Oh, what's a good comic to read?" If you never read this, read All-Star Superman.
Bingo, bango, Django Unchained.
All right, this is our first episode of the new year.
Hey, yeah, happy New Year, everyone.
New Year,
all our
new
listeners.
Us.
New Year, new us. Yeah.
We're going to do some new things with the podcast. And by that, I mean, get really high and read more.
Yeah.
Shit's about to get crazy. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, yeah, thanks for tuning in to yet another episode of Comics and Chronic. If you like our stuff, please subscribe. Tell your homies about it. Check us out on Instagram, TikTokies, Twitters.
Oh, you could rate us on Spotify and Apple Music. That would be dope.
Yeah, dude, give us a review, even if it's bad, in which case we'll probably comment and say, fuck you, you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this is Anthony's home address. Take it up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in West Virginia now, guys. So if you see that.
Yeah. And thanks for being a commie. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Hell yeah, that was a fun one, boy.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.